Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Flashback Comics here in Woodbridge, Virginia. I am your host today, Troy David Phillips. Last week, I had the opportunity to see the Volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right, the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was amazing. And there were a lot of Easter eggs and homages to characters and elements of the greater Marvel Universe that you might not be familiar with. So today, I'm going to give you a little snippet into the greater cosmology of the Marvel Universe. Now, in previous episodes, I've talked about things like the Infinity Stones and the 3 life cycles of Thanos. Today, I'm going to give you a little more information about the Celestials. In the film, Kurt Russell, as Ego, describes himself as a Celestial. Well, that's not completely accurate in comic book canon. You see, Ego the Living Planet is one of the elders of the universe, and he is, in fact, a living planet. As a living planet, he is able to create an extension of himself. This is commonly referred to as Ego Prime. It's a humanoid body with a face, it walks around, it talks, and it otherwise controls the rest of the planet. But what are the Celestials? The Celestials are actually a creation of Jack Kirby, first appearing in the pages of the Eternals back in the 1970s. The Celestials are an enigmatic race of very, very powerful beings. They are up there near the top of the food chain of cosmic beings. The Celestials go from planet to planet, and they genetically alter the races of these planets that they come to, and they go with the dominant species. In the case of Earth, it was humans. What the Celestials did was they tweaked our genetic codes to give us the Eternals, the Deviants, and the seeds that would eventually sprout into mutant kind. So a small population of humanity would develop mutant abilities. Of course, we would see these more in the pages of the Uncanny X-Men. Well, the Celestials are a race of 2,000-foot tall beings believed to be composed of pure energy. They are as ancient as any other race in the galaxy, second only to the Elders of the Universe and Galactus himself, Galactus being the sole survivor of the pre-Big Bang universe. So Galactus is older than anything in our universe, and the Elders are the sole survivors of the first races following the Big Bang, and then the Celestials. The Celestials are, however, much, much more powerful than the Elders of the Universe. The Celestials usually come to a planet in what is referred to as hosts. They arrive, and then 1,000 years later, they come back to see what their seeds have turned into. Now, in the case of Earth, again, we had the Eternals, the Deviants, and mutants. Most races, however, that have been touched by the Celestials live in fear of these beings, because they are tremendously powerful, and if the Celestials come back and don't like what they've seen, well, Arishem the Judge, generally the leader of each host of the Celestials, Arishem will give a thumbs down, and that means that, boom, they strike, and the planet is wiped bare, and we start all over again. Most races are bothered by this idea. How powerful are the Celestials? Yes, they can destroy an entire race. They are more powerful than our beings commonly referred to as gods. They are more powerful than the Olympians, more powerful than the Asgardians. They are so powerful, they have the ability to exist in more than one place at the same time. So you could be seeing one host of the Celestials on one world, while galaxies away, the exact same Celestials have manifested themselves. Space, time, life, death, all of these concepts are virtually meaningless to the Celestials. Each one of them serves a purpose: the Judge, the Observer, the Calculator, the Destroyer, etc. And the host is, generally speaking, composed of 12 beings. They have access to the most advanced technologies, even beyond beings like Thanos. However, once Thanos possessed the Infinity Gauntlet, this put him a magnitude of power beyond the Celestials. In fact, a magnitude of power beyond all of the cosmic beings, all assembled in one place. Now, those of you who have read the Infinity Gauntlet and are familiar with the 3 life cycles of Thanos, you know what it means to possess the Infinity Gauntlet. If you don't possess the Infinity Gauntlet and you see the Celestials coming, it might be a good idea to vacate the planet that you're on. So until the day that the host of Celestials returns to Earth and attempts to wipe us all out, I'm Troy David here at Flashback Comics, and thank you for joining.